The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
And I just heard the story last night from someone who heard it from the woman who was in the story. Chacham Ovadia, in the last, I don't know, it was 15, 20 years of his life, lived in Har Nof. He had an apartment, and I lived down the block for a year, so I was in his apartment many times, and many of you people have been in his apartment. In his apartment, he had sefarim, floor to ceiling, like two humongous rooms, floor to ceiling, high ceilings of sefarim, all 4 walls, floor to ceiling, 2 very large rooms full of books. This story is from his daughter-in-law. During those years that he was in Har Nof, his son Chacham Moshe and his wife would live in Chacham Ovadia's apartment with him and take care of the rabbi. The daughter-in-law, while the rabbi was learning, which was all day and all night, she would bring her father-in-law a cup of tea, maybe every hour and a half. One day she walks into the room to bring her father-in-law the cup of tea. And she sees that Chacham Ovadia had gone to check up. We wanted to check out a sefer. So how does he check out a sefer? It was on a very high shelf. So he had a ladder in his office. He climbed up to the top of the ladder, took the sefer off the shelf, and checked it out. Now, that's a common thing to do. If you have a very high library, you go on it. I've done it before, and not in my own house, but in other places. You get on the ladder, you open up the book, you bring the book down, or you open up the book, you want to check something for a second, you come down. So she says, okay, he's up on top of the ladder. Let me wait for him to come down. He's also old. He was in his 80s, probably, or late 80s at the time. Let me wait till he comes down. I'll give him the cup of tea. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. After an hour, she says, I don't know what to do. She calls her husband, Chacham Moshe, from the kollel, and she says, he's on the ladder still after an hour. He comes home from kollel, Chacham Moshe does, and waits another 45 minutes. So pretty much an hour and 45 minutes in total, Chacham Ovadia was standing on the top of a ladder in his 80s, checking out a book. When it was time for him to get off the ladder, he started walking sideways because he forgot he was on a ladder. He thought he was on, regular straight ground. And his son came running, Abba, hold on 1 second. And he helped him walk down. Imagine, how I just said, I'm sorry, I just forgot I was up there. That's what I mean by appreciation and sacrifice. That you're in and you're all in for real.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org